I'm Miss Terry, and I work at the West Regional Branch of the Mobile Public Library. At our library we have a program that we do for toddlers and preschoolers, and it's called Create, Play, Learn. In that program we have an assortment of activities for the kids to do that help them with their fine motor, their gross motor, sensory, and writing. And it gives them different opportunities to try new things, maybe that you wouldn't do at home necessarily. But today, what I'd like to share with you are things that you can do at home with items that you have on hand. And if you don't have them on hand, you can get them at the dollar stores or the big box stores. I've also created a board on Pinterest that's called Create, Play, Learn with Miss Terry, and I'll put it down below in the comments section, and you can check that out for different things. I've divided it into different sections. The possibilities are endless, and the whole idea is just to let them have some fun. Their brains are connecting those synapses so much faster at this young age that you need to let them experience some of these things so that they can get those connections now, because if they don't use it, they will lose it. Paper is what we're going to talk about today. This is construction paper. So it's a different texture than like printer paper would be. I also have aluminum foil. If you used like a box from your cereal, that's cardboard, that's a little not as thick, they could still manipulate it, but it's not as hard as a thicker cardboard would be. Whenever we have an area for the kids to be able to work with paper, I always have a stapler and tape because they love to do that. I also have a hole punch, which is a good strengthening that fine motor skills. Try to have scissors available. If they use markers to write with on their paper, that's awesome. You can also use crayons or you can use chalk. But with the paper, they can tear it. They can make different sizes, and they can make different lengths of paper. You can also, as we were talking in one of the other videos, get the paper wet and they can see the difference in that. That's a sensory activity. If they have scissors, teach them the 2 fingers go down in the bottom or 3 and 1 in the top, and opening and shutting that fine motor of opening and shutting. You can use clothespins. That helps get those muscles going. Cutting, at first doing one cut. I know that sometimes they like to fringe and just do little cuts. That's okay. Just let them do that to their little heart's content with that. They can also use the hole punch, which is another way to for the fine motors in their fingers. Now they don't necessarily write, but in school they will, and that will help them be able to hold their pencils and form the letters and their numbers. You can also have them cut on the aluminum foil, which kind of does double. It'll make your scissors a little bit sharper, so you might want to be careful with that. You can have them rip the aluminum foil. They can use stickers. Stickers is real good to pull off the sticker, that fine motor. The bigger stickers, if they're younger, until they get used to that, and pulling off the stickers and putting it on the paper. If you use a writing on the paper, you could have them draw a shape. Let's see, let's do a triangle or even a straight line, and then have them get their scissors and cut it down their line or make the triangle shape. And then once they get that cut out, then they can hole punch it or fringe it or tape it to something else and make something and create. So while they're having fun, they are building those fine motor skills and working those muscles really good. Something else that's important is to let them do the crossing the midline, which is there's an invisible line down the middle of your body. And so if you watch the little kids, they will work with this hand over here, but they don't necessarily reach for it with their other hand. So if you put something that they will need, say my scissors are over here because I'm left-handed, they would pick it up and start using the scissors, but you want them to reach across that midline and pull it back over and do their activity. So make things opposite out of their reach so that they actually have to grab for it, and that will help perform the task on the opposite side of their body, and that will do the crossing the midline and make those connections in their brains. Don't forget to check out our Pinterest, and it's Create, Play, Learn with Miss Terri, and thanks for joining us. Bye.